average rate of return for investors in search funds, those are funds that go out and look to buy small businesses, according to Stanford, is 35% per year, as measured by internal rate of return. Basically, the way these search funds work is an individual goes and raises money from friends, family, investors, and they go out and they start searching for a business. Oftentimes, they actually pay themselves a salary out of the fund while they're searching. According to the study, the median fund raises $500,000 from 12 investors. So that's around $42,000 per investor. The average search lasts 7.8 months, and the average searcher actually signs 3.6 LOIs along the way. Then we look at exited funds, the returns are even better. So those are funds that have actually reached maturity versus funds that are still active. The internal rate of return for an exited fund since 1984 was 43%. Now, my favorite chart from the study is this one that shows some of the ranges of things that can happen within a search fund. Now, according to the study, about 63% of those searchers actually find a business. And from our experience working with people searching for businesses, that's probably about right. About 63% actually find a business. Really within our portfolio, I'd say everyone that's serious has found a business within a 12-month period. We have a lot of people that just kind of fall off and we can tell that they weren't really that serious about purchasing a business. That's usually about 30% of the people in our program. So of the 63 funds that actually bought a business, 69% of them generated a positive return. And so that means 31% generated a loss. And of that 31%, 34 generated a total loss to investors. So that means about 1 in 10 deals resulted in a total loss. Now, that doesn't mean the debt was completely wiped out. So if you are the operator and you're on the hook for the loan, it doesn't necessarily mean that 1 in 10 deals resulted in a bankruptcy, but it does mean, somewhere between that 0 and 10 did result in a bankruptcy, but we don't know where it is in that range. The overall default rate for SBA acquisition loans is typically in the mid-single digits. But on the plus side, 8% of the funds returned a 10x plus return to their investors. Now, this does show the huge positive skew to investing in the space. So 1 out of every 10 resulted in a total loss, but then also roughly 1 out of every 10x your money. We do think there's some big weaknesses to the traditional Stanford Ivy League search fund model. One, I think it's crazy that they pay searchers a salary while they're looking. The median salary is actually $139,000 that's paid to the person while they're searching for a business out of the proceeds from the fund. I don't know, that just seems entitled and just kind of, that's of course the way the Ivy Leaguers would do it. In our funds, our programs, we cover the costs of the search, we bear the risk of the search. So anyone invested in one of our funds, that's not something they have to pay. Another weakness here with search funds is each fund is typically tied to one searcher. The odds of one person finding a business is obviously less than a whole group. So typically what we do is we pull money together to look for lots of different people and find lots of different deals. And of course that gives not only, you're only doing completed deals, so it's not like the searchers where only 2/3 of the searchers actually find a business and 1/3 don't. Our funds, everybody's gonna get a deal. And you're gonna get lots of diversification across various businesses, different operators, diversifies your risk a little. Now, the third, every search fund is usually a first-time buyer. With our funds, we have the benefit of our experience in purchasing businesses, evaluating businesses, and helping people operate the business.